Hi guys, it's Miranda and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I thought I'd share with you 5 books that are paranormal and supernatural to kind of help you get in the spirit of Halloween. So the first book that I have for you guys today is called Raised by Wolves by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This book is about a girl named Bryn who is adopted by a werewolf pack after her parents are brutally murdered by a rogue werewolf. Now, so many years later, Bryn meets a newly turned werewolf named Chase, who is locked in a cage in one of her pack members' basement. I don't really remember whose basement it was, but yes. And the way that he describes how he was turned, it kind of piques Bryn's interest. So now she is determined to solve, how he got turned and why it happened, and along the way she kind of uncovers some secrets about her own past. I recommend this book to anyone who is looking for kind of a supernatural mystery because, as I've said before, as Bryn and Chase look into the situation surrounding Chase's turning, it kind of starts to lead towards something that happened in her past as well, and it just was really interesting. I also really admire how the author did her werewolves in this book because I've done a lot of reading into real live wolves and the way that the social hierarchy of these werewolves in this book is very, very similar to the way that real wolves are in the wild. So I admire that she did a little bit of research into it to make her werewolves in her story seem more believable. So the second book that I have for you guys is called Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick. This book is about a girl named Nora who is very intrigued by the mysterious boy in her class named Patch. He always seems to be wherever she is, and it isn't on purpose. She eventually learns that Patch is actually a fallen angel and that she and him are intertwined in this battle between angels and other immortals, and she must pick a side in this battle. I like this book because it was a very fast-paced novel. It was very, not really action-packed, but the author kept going. There was a lot of stuff going on in each chapter that kind of drove the plot forward. The author also does something really well where she kind of showcases, she does a really well written scene about playing a mind trick on somebody, and it was a very beautifully written scene, and that is one of my favorite scenes in the book. So yes, I highly recommend this if you're looking for a action-packed fallen angel read. So the next book that I have for you guys is called Death Watch by Ari Burke. This is written by a local Michigan author, and it is about a boy named Silas who moves to an eerie little town called Litchport after his father mysteriously disappears. Now that he's living with his uncle, he discovers that his father was more than just a mortician. He was actually an undertaker, somebody who has the ability to communicate with the dead. And the way he does this is with a magical device called the Death Watch. And Silas decides to take up where his father left off, I guess, and becomes the next undertaker and uses the Death Watch to both fulfill his role and investigate his father's disappearance. I loved how eerie and gothic the town was that Silas lived in, and the Death Watch itself, the magical world of the dead that is revealed when you use this relic is just so fascinating. And yeah, I recommend this. If you really liked The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman, then I think you would definitely enjoy Death Watch. Okay, so number 4 here, the next book I have for you guys is called Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. This book alternates between the perspectives of Grace and Sam. Grace is a girl who loves and is fascinated by the wolves that live in her backyard, and Sam is a werewolf who can only be human for a certain part of the year. These two ultimately cross paths and they fall in love, and now Grace is determined to find a cure for Sam's lycanthropy, his werewolfism, however you want to describe it. There were several aspects of the werewolves in this story that I found pretty interesting. One, of course, being like how they viewed their shape-shifting ability, and the other being how they ultimately communicate with each other. Of course, they howl and stuff like normal wolves do, but this story adds something a little bit different that isn't in the other book that I shared with you. And I also found the romance between Grace and Sam to be pretty cute and sweet, and yes. And finally, the last book that I have for you guys today is Fallen by Lauren Kate. So this book is about a girl named Luce who is a new arrival at this sort of academy for delinquent teenagers. The academy is called Sword and Cross, and there she meets a boy named Daniel. And lo and behold, Daniel is a fallen angel, and him and Luce are destined to always fall in love with each other and then be torn apart. So now Luce and Daniel are determined to break this sort of curse that's been placed on their love. There is so much more to this book than what I stated. Within this story and within this entire series, the plot just keeps unfolding, and there's all kinds of new things that get introduced to this that just makes it so fascinating. I just finished the last book in the series and I was amazed by it. So I definitely recommend if you're looking for a very dramatic case of star-crossed lovers. And that's all I got for you guys today. Those are 5 paranormal/supernatural books to help you get in the Halloween spirit. If you like this video, then feel free to give it a thumbs up and go ahead and comment down below which of these you've read or what other ones you recommend. Let us all get in the spirit together. And if you like this content, feel free to subscribe to my channel. And if you're looking for something new to read, another supernatural book, then feel free to check out my book, The Curse of Sokotoa, which I will leave linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon with another video. Bye!